and welcome to another episode of the Mignon Show. I am your host, Mignon.
And I'm your co-host, Roz.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We want to thank everybody that's watching on YouTube. We appreciate you tuning in every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're watching, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, subscribe.
Yes. So, hello, Roz.
Hey there.
How are you?
I feel like we ain't talking in a long time. Usually we talk every day.
I know. We got so much. I mean, you got to hit it for them. What we are?
We are blessed, booked, and busy.
There you go. Blessed, booked, and busy. So, how was your weekend?
It was blessed, booked, and busy.
What did you have going on?
Oh my goodness, the weekend seemed like it was so far away, but that was just like a couple of days ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
You got to rehearsal for your new play that you're going to be in.
Yes. Is that what I did?
That's
oh,
what
yes.
you did
Oh,
Saturday.
My goodness, that is right.
Yeah.
Saturday, I have rehearsal. That is right. My husband and I are in another stage play, so we're excited to be doing this as a family again. It was amazing rehearsal. It was just amazing. It was laid out, very professional.
Oh, let me tell you something. Let me just cut you off real quick, and I'm sorry if anybody may get offended. But just from the pictures, I can tell how professional it was and that Lisa, she definitely showed up for business.
When I say she showed up, she had she had table tents, let us know we would sit there. Our scripts was right there, our name tag. I mean, it was our breakfast. You know I like to eat, right? Okay, so breakfast was there too. But it was like really nice. So shout out to her. It's an amazing play. Can't wait. I know you're gonna be there because you always support.
Yes. Dysfunctional Love. October, right?
October is in the 20s.
Right. We'll definitely keep you guys posted on that.
Posted. But so that, and then yesterday, the half of the Manly's Blended Family is in a fashion show, May 19th, and so we have rehearsal for that, and that is a fundraiser for domestic violence and cancer survivors.
Absolutely.
So I am one of the domestic violence survivors that will be honored in that.
Yes.
So we had rehearsal for that. So it was all rehearsals this weekend.
Yeah, it was. And tell them how they get tickets to the
the
fashion show.
Reach out to me. You know your girl Roz.
She got tickets.
I have tickets. Tickets are $35. It's May 19th. From 4 to 8 p.m. Again, it's bringing awareness to domestic violence and cancer survivors also. So it is amazing. It's right in D.C., so not even far. Right now, Dean Ray at St. Luke on East Capitol Street. So I have tickets. Again, I will be one of the honorees in there. But my daughter, y'all know Imani J. She is modeling in it, and then my husband also. So. This is his first time modeling, but anything that deals with domestic violence, he wants to be a part of. He wants to show. So yeah,
he always support his ladies anyway, right?
He does. He loves us so much.
Yes, he does.
He does.
And little Miss Imani, she is our biggest fan. So hello, Imani.
Hi, Imani. I know you watching. She said we didn't shout her out last week. I said I know my husband is watching, but you didn't say, and I know my fan is watching. So I'm glad you said that because
she watches us, guys, and she critiques the show all the time. If you see, I don't have my water bottles up here no more because she told me that does not look right on air.
And she's 6. She is 6, critiquing on what we should do on this show. But thank you, Imani J.
Absolutely, thank you so much.
And your weekend?
Oh my goodness, my weekend! I had another surprise. This Saturday, my son. He had invited me and his dad, his other mom, and his girlfriend's parents. They had told us that they was taking us out for early Mother's Day dinner because they were going to be out of town.
We love to eat.
We love to eat.
I'm telling you, food get us there.
So we all at the table and everything, and they give out these cards and everything. And so, you know me, one thing about me, guys, when I get a card, I go straight to the middle because I'm looking for credit cards, money. I'm going to be telling you the truth. Before I read any card, I open it up. And when I opened it up, oh my goodness, look what my surprise was. Yes.
So congratulations.
Thank you. So I am going to be a grandmommy again.
Yes.
So
I was excited.
Oh my goodness, I am so excited.
Nice card too.
Yes, ain't she gorgeous?
Yes.
I am just so excited about that. And listen, it was so funny because I was like, oh, yes, I want to get some pictures and everything so I could put it on Facebook. They was like, no Facebook. no social media. We don't want any pictures or anything on there. We want to just keep it between us. But y'all see I'm here today on my show talking about it.
I didn't even bring it up.
Because you know what? They probably ain't watching.
Now when your phone ding and they say they watch, just know that Auntie Roz had no part in this.
Nothing. But I just want to say congratulations to my son Derek and his fiance Jasmine, and I'm just so excited for them. And then my other grandson, Kyrie, he'll have a playmate.
Yes, Kyrie loves me anyway.
Yes.
He didn't call me this weekend though. I guess he was busy.
Girl, he been calling everybody else.
Okay, well he can call them. I was first. So.
Yeah, that little baby right there, he loves everything electronic. He knows how to call people on the phone. He look at your picture, and he will call you, and he will keep calling you. And then when you don't say nothing, he'll stay on the phone. Then when you hang up, then he does all his talking.
I have a couple of messages from him.
They're
just messages, but he loves to call me. So
yeah, so that was thank you. So that was my weekend, and I have just been on cloud nine ever since I've heard that, and I am hoping for a little girl.
I knew you was gonna say that. Be careful what you wish for.
I know, right?
You guys, I have 3 sons. Okay, 20, 17, and 12, and I wanted that little girl. Let me say something, baby. When you pray for something, be sure you know what you praying for.
I'm praying, but I can send her home.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Now I love my daughter.
I can send her home.
Girls are different. Everything is different. I'm used to the boy just take them get their hair cut, buy them a pair of tennis shoes, and you good for a couple of, not with little girls.
I like them to be real pretty and everything, so you could dress them up and do all those good little things.
That's what my daughter likes to do, and I'm not used to that. It's, just a little sweatpants. I put on lipstick because Mignon, she always do all this, so I put on that. But I'm a boys type of girl. But I love you, Imani. I'm so sorry I forgot you watching. I love you, but you're my favorite girl.
So we're excited. We always have great weekends and everything, and I'm just so excited about what's down the road to come with all these awesome events that we are going to be a part of. So with talking with that, we're going to take our quick break because we have a phenomenal guest that's here in the studio, and she's going to talk about this amazing event that we got going on May the 1st. I'm sorry, May 4th. So please stay tuned. You'll be right back. You're watching the Mignon Show.
2018, I personally helped several people reclaim their healthy lives with a ketogenic lifestyle. Together with our team at Wakaya Perfection, we have helped over 4,000 people struggling with weight loss, burn off unwanted fat naturally, control hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and high cholesterol with our Beulah Fit Keto Fuel Shake and high-impact ginger and turmeric. Contact me for yours. Buttons about that ketolife.mywakaya.com. That's BUTTONSBOUTTEATOLIFE.MYWAKAYA.com or call 202-875-3926.
This is a keto-friendly diet, and weight loss expectation is approximately 1 to 2 pounds per week. Individual results can and will vary.
Business owners looking for a place to advertise your business and promote your products and services? VoxWave is the right place. We have over 10,000 views a day and 70,000 listeners a month. For more information, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
VoxWave now features a streaming radio media player on our website's front page, where local artists can get their music played 24/7. For more information on getting your music in rotation or to perform live at our studio, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
Android users, the VoxWave app is now available in the Google Play Store. Download the app today on your Android device to listen in and view programs.
Welcome back to the Mignon Show with your co-host Roz. And as you can see, we have a beautiful woman in the audience with us today. We have, not in the audience, I'm getting like Mignon.
Right, I'm telling you, sometimes that's what happens when it's live. That's what happens when it's live, I'm telling you.
So we have District 8 Council Member Mrs. Monique Anderson Walker. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So thank you, because we know that you are very busy, but you are here today with us.
I'm trying to be like you all. Bless books and busy.
The 3 B's, yes. So we want to talk about this awesome event that you are having this weekend, the Wow Factor, Women of Wellness.
That's right, and it's WOW, Women of Wellness, and it'll be Women of Wealth and Women of Wholeness, just wow.
Oh,
So we're going
wow.
to deal with a whole lot of issues
Okay.
that we have, and it's women only. And there's a reason for it. We're going to deal with some sensitive issues. Domestic violence will be addressed.
Right.
We're going to have some people who have experienced sex trafficking, actually gone through it. Obviously, we've talked about issues of financial stability. Sometimes domestic violence is actually monetary. You know, it is somebody keeping you from finances. And we want to talk about how women can look out for themselves and make sure that they're strong in that way. We'll have someone out there, resources there for us to talk about how to take care of your money. Also with our physical health. You know, we have issues between here and here. And
There
I'm
you
pointing
go.
under your armpit and mid-thigh.
Right.
Any issues related to that we're going to have addressed as well. So we want to deal with the woman's wholeness, with your whole health, your mental, your physical, your spiritual, your emotional.
That is so important.
Very
That is
important.
so important, because sometimes we as women, we forget when we in the everyday life with a hustle and bustle, you know, with us taking care of everyone else, you know, we forget to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
That's true. You got to
Always putting ourselves on the back burner.
Yeah, well, they say when you're on the airplane, always put your mask on first.
There you go.
Then you're in a position to put someone else's mask on. So
And
you got
you-
to take care of you.
And that is so true. And you know what, I never understood that until when I heard that on a plane. And they were saying, you know, well, you can help more people once you secure your safety.
Yep.
You know, once you secure you, then you can help many more. So that is awesome. That is awesome. I am excited
Well, you're
about
one of
this
our
event.
awesome speakers.
Yes, I am.
We're very excited about you being there.
Oh,
and,
my goodness.
And talking about your experience and getting through. You know, we talk
Absolutely.
about, there's a book right here in front of you. And let me just point it out to you, because this is deep right here. We talk strength
And her struggle.
in her struggles. So it's not that we go through negative things that's a problem. It's how we get through them and how we get stronger because of it. So I'm sure it's a blessing. Even in our adversity, there's a blessing.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely. So what made you want to take this on? This whole women's health and wellness.
I believe that we're all wanting the same thing, and that's wealth in our lives. You know, and your health is your wealth.
Right.
You know, and wealth isn't always monetary. Living a whole healthy life and a wealthy life is really being able to pass something positive down to someone else. You know, we talk about how Prince George's County is a very affluent county, and affluence is what you can spend, but wealth is what you can pass down.
Right.
So a lot of this wow factor is the wealth in your knowledge, the wealth in your experience that you can tell somebody about what you've experienced, so that they can maybe not make the same turns, take the same turns. Maybe they can go another direction. You know, sometimes it's just reassuring someone that, hey, you're going to be okay. You're going to get through the situation that you're in. So that's the reason. And we want to focus on women, because the truth is, in Prince George's County, we're the majority. We make up the majority of this county
Absolutely.
population, and generally speaking, we are the caretakers of children, of our parents, sometimes aunties, grandparents. So we've got to make sure that we have the resources we need to be as whole and supported as we can be. And this is about
Absolutely.
supporting our women.
I think this is an amazing event.
It is.
It is an amazing event, and I don't live in PG County anymore. I live in Charles County, but however, I do a lot of events in PG County, and I'm always saying I love how PG County is really trying to bring awareness to so many things, you know, and I love it. Like, so I am happy about
Well,
this
I'd love
event
for you
have
all
it
to
to-
come out. In fact, if you go to the
We
Wow
got it.
Wow-Factor at eventbrite.com, you can actually register. No matter if you're from Prince George's
Right,
County
right.
or outside the county, we just want to be supportive of women.
Let's give them that one more
Absolutely.
time to make sure that you guys come out. That is the Wild Dash Factor. Is this at eventbrite.com? At eventbrite.com. Please register. We need to show everyone there is a need for this, and we need to make sure that we fill this place up because we all need it. All
Absolutely. And it is a free event.
Yes. Free. Say that
Free.
one time.
It's a free event.
And we're gonna
so you
have
definitely
brunch.
have to come out there.
You have food?
Yeah, and food.
food.
Brunch.
It's free and you have food. So I'm trying to figure out what the excuse is. At 9:30, it's from 9:30 to 1:30. Women only, sisterhood. We definitely need to.
We have phenomenal speakers. We're going to have the Furlough Sisters. I don't know if you've
And
heard
I
of
want
them.
to meet
Cheesecake.
them.
You want
Yes.
their
Are they going to
cheesecake,
bring
don't
some of
you?
that cheesecake?
Oh, I remember them
Are
when
they
they got.
bringing that cheesecake?
Yes,
They are.
they
Oh my goodness, y'all! They bringing the cheesecake.
Have you
with
tasted
them.
it? Oh,
No, but I
would you
want
go?
to. I mean, I have
remember
heard so much
seeing them,
about
yeah,
it
I
since
remember.
the whole furlough thing. I had
And
heard.
listen,
I
we're
heard
going to
their
have
story.
live entertainment too. Summer. I
Oh,
don't know
wow.
if you know who Summer is. Summer is an award-winning gospel singer, and she's going to be there to entertain
at
us.
that. Now-
So we are so blessed.
So blessed to
Absolutely.
have all this stuff free to all these women. So not only are you there for your wealth in a different ways, but you have all this food, entertainment, the
Resources.
with the cheesecake.
And because people always asking about programs, what are the county doing?
Yep.
What where are the resources? Well, this is how you get the resources. You have to come out and see what's going on and get what you need for anything that you're going through. They're going to have different people out there at the at this event that will be able to assist you with anything that you may have going on.
This
any
is actually
need
our
that you
first
have.
event.
It's
This
the first
This
one?
is my office first event.
And it will
Awesome.
not be the last.
It will not be
we
the
want to
last.
show up and show out.
that
So
is
tell a
right.
neighbor, a friend, everyone, and it's free.
And it's free.
Let me just mention something else because we started a campaign over a month ago, and it's the hashtag Driving It Home campaign.
Oh, wow.
Now, this is probably something that you are familiar with, and if you're not, you need to be. This is our safe driving, changing the culture.
Okay.
And changing the culture starts with us making good decisions, and not just when we see a speed camera slowing down and then speeding up when we're out of range. It is at all times putting on our seatbelt.
Did she talk about us?
Oh my
right now?
goodness.
Did I call somebody out?
I mean, not with the seatbelt, but those traffic cameras.
Absolutely.
But you know what I have started not to like now, and at first I did like it when people let everyone know where the checks are. Like
Right.
I don't like that anymore because now I see.
Yeah.
At first I was like, okay, let me figure out what the check. But now I'm like, I don't like it because if we keep wanting everyone where their checks are, we're not really fixing the problem, you know. So
And that is so true because I do have Waze on my phone, and so every time when I pull it up, my GPS to go somewhere, and so I'm riding with someone, they be like, "Did it just tell you it was a camera?" They said, "What's that? Let me get that. I'm downloading that right
I
now."
don't have Waze. I want to let
I
y'all
love
know.
it. I
talks too
love
much.
it.
I don't like Waze.
It
too
do
much. It
talk
too
a lot,
much.
though,
She
but
was
it's
talking to me,
good.
so I done missed my turn. 'cause
It
Waze
tell you
talks
when
too
something
much.
in the road, abandoned car,
I don't want it to tell. I
everything.
don't want us. I don't want it to tell us where the police is. I don't want it to tell us where the traffic cameras are. And all of that. I don't want it to tell us that because the people who are in violation of these things now know it. So it's no way that we can make it better. So that's why I do not like Waze. Hashtag I don't like Waze.
Hashtag mute Roz. That's what we're gonna do.
Like, I like Waze. That's
Me
what
too. But like you
look,
were saying, it's a
true.
great message. It's a great
is.
message.
And look, it's always wear your seatbelt.
Yes.
Something
Always
that's
wear
the
your
first thing
seatbelt.
you do. Don't text and drive. Never distract the driver. So everybody in the car has a role. If
Right.
you're in the back
Everybody.
seat, do not distract the driver. If you're in the passenger seat, stay awake and keep the driver awake. But
Absolutely.
sometimes that's an issue.
And a lot of times people don't know how to be good passengers.
What's a good passenger?
A good passenger makes sure is that the driver has the music that they want to listen to.
Right.
They make sure that the air conditioner
Oh, you are a
heat is
good passenger.
on.
We have went on travel.
Yes,
We have went
they
on-
stay awake
I'm
and
not
talk
a
to
good
the
one.
driver on
Right.
long
I'm
trips and
not
all
a
of
good
those
one.
things. You do have a role
You
there
do.
in the
Everybody has a
car.
role.
You do, and that's why when we go on road trips, I always sit in the back. I'm the best. I'm the best.
I make sure you got
driver.
your
You
got your
do.
drinks,
She
your
do.
food. You want something
She
to
does.
eat. I'm gonna take care of you because you got my life in your hands.
I will admit we have been on many road trips with the Healing Loud store, and she does, and I'm always the backseat because you know what I do in the backseat?
Sleep.
Go to sleep. They wake me up when it's time for me to drive, and she's amazing. You okay? Opening stuff for me. I'm like, oh my goodness, I get used to that. But I'm a good backseat driver.
I'm sure you don't speed, Mignon, do you? No. No, you're not aggressive, are you, when you drive?
The cameras
No,
are
not
live, so
you.
we're going to keep on talking. So we wear our seatbelts.
You know what? To be honest, as I am getting older, I have slowed it down. Yes, I have.
That's
but
good.
I used to be one of those girls that had a need for speed.
Okay. You're not alone. You're not alone.
You're not alone, but we're going to change it because we're going to hashtag drive it home.
Hashtag driving it home.
Driving it home.
Driving it home.
In fact, those of you out there watching, take a picture of yourself doing something like clicking the seatbelt, take a photo, and just...
Before you start a car.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's
Exactly.
So, you know what?
Driving, hopefully before you start the vehicle.
Yes,
And hashtag that out through social media, because what we're trying to do is really get this to
I'm
trend.
going to do it as soon as I
We
get in
need
the
that.
car.
And you know what? Also today, one of my girlfriends 6 years ago, her baby girl was in an accident, and it was because of a seatbelt that saved her baby girl's life.
Yes.
And today we had all put up pictures of us in cars without seatbelts on and hashtag seatbelt save lives. And that is so important because as we know, last week, it was a bad accident in Prince George's County on Sheriff Road, which 2 young ladies lost their life because they wasn't in seatbelts in the back. And come to find out, when I was at dinner with my son's fiance, that was their family members.
Wow.
It was their nieces and cousins. That
Please click it. Please.
Yeah.
Actually, we have been to 5 different high schools to speak and several houses of praise to speak on this issue. And with the schools, we went to Duval High School. I'm sure you heard the story about a month ago. 5 Duval students were leaving campus, no fault of their own, got clipped by another car. None of them in the car were wearing seatbelts. 3 were thrown out of the back. They were thrown through the windshield, through the shields. So I guess back windshield and through the sunroof. The 2 in the front remained in the front because the airbags deployed and kept them enveloped in the car. But we were invited to speak I was invited to speak at Duval High School on this issue of driving. Those children were so responsive.
Right.
And we had them sign a pledge. You know, when I'm in the car, this is what I will do. I will pay attention. If I'm a passenger in the car, this is what I'm going to do. You know, I'm not going to drive under the influence.
And
I'm going to wear my
amazing.
seatbelt.
Have you guys well, I'm on this one second. Have you guys heard why are they not wearing their seatbelts? Like,
it's
is
not
it because
cool.
my clothes? I know I used to hear I wanted to wrinkle up my
It's
clothes.
not cool, and
you
I
know,
just
things
spent
like
all
that.
this money on this shirt, and I don't want my friends to think this. Like, it's all of those kind. It's none of the. I have teenagers, and so
Yeah.
thank God all my boys wear seatbelt. Even my oldest, who has his own car, because it was habit. It's forced a habit. He was taught it. It's forced. I don't even think he realized he putting on a seatbelt because he just get it and click it, like it's, But it's forced a habit. But you said that you went to the schools, and one thing I do want to say, in Charles County, we did like a mock accident and things like that at the schools. They had makeup and everything on, like an accident. They very scary, but they had them like without seatbelts and with seatbelts. Like you flown through the window and things like that, and it was I think that all the schools should do the things like that, and like you do, so because we have prom coming up and graduation,
Great
all
point.
of these things coming up when kids are just not.
They're distracted.
They're distracted by so many things, and everybody want to pile in the car with their friends and do these kind of things. Well, be the example. Click your seatbelt on. I tell my son, nobody getting in your car that is not wearing a seatbelt.
Right.
Like, don't even let me pop up and see you on the street and somebody is in that car without a seatbelt. All y'all getting out. You're going to pull that car over to the side. Everybody getting out. Because I'm not doing that. I don't want to be, I just don't want to be that mother who had to go to another mother and say your son was in the car with my child when this happened.
And you got to understand that when you're the driver, you're held responsible for everybody in that vehicle.
Yes,
so
I'm
if something was to
your
happen,
life and that, like that teenager can't deal with it. And we having too many accidents with these teenagers who are losing their lives for something as simple as wearing a seatbelt. Everywhere you go, you see balloons here and there. Parents putting their children in the car, their babies in back seats, 5, 6 in the seat with no seatbelts on. Like, we have to do away with that. We have to stop that.
And when you get in the car, put your phone away.
Yes.
Now, this is hard for us, and this is part of the problem. They see us as the grown-ups doing these things, so we've got to stop.
That is true.
The hope is that because a lot of these cultural changes start with the young folks, that they're going to tell us when we get in the car, give me your phone, because you shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
And they'll get us right.
Right.
that's true. So guys, definitely, You got to hashtag that. What is it again?
Hashtag driving it home.
Driving
it home.
It is the message. We're driving this message, driving it home.
Yes.
Help us drive it home.
How can you get these magnets? Are they available?
They are. They are, as a matter of
fact. Because maybe we need to put these on the back of somebody's car, on some teens' cars, you know?
You see me outside, me slapping them right on the back of all
on
these
the back
cars.
of the cars. Let people see
Well, let me tell you, I'm Councilwoman Monique Anderson Walker, and you can reach out to my office at the County Council, and I'd be happy to supply you all with them. If I can come and pick them up, or we can deliver them to you.
Yes.
Absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely. So definitely get in contact with them with that. And also, guys, we definitely want you guys to register for the Wow Factor event. And the register, it is wow-factor.eventbrite.com. It is May the 4th at 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. We would love to see you guys out there.
Brunch, real talk, shopping, live music, community resources, and more. And your very own, the Mignon, is there.
We'll be
She
there.
will be speaking, so make sure you show up and show out. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend.
Absolutely. So thank you guys so much. We want to thank you, Councilwoman, for coming on.
Mignon and Roz, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you on
Absolutely,
Saturday.
Absolutely. So, guys, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to bring our other guests up. So you are watching the Mignon Show. We'll be right back.
All right, we give it a easy on in there, y'all. Because we talking about the people in the blue. I said they doing the do. They doing the do. Yes, they doing the do. They doing the do. Y'all just like that. Oh, she doing the do. She doing the do. She doing the do. She doing the do. Now look to here. I'm talking about the people in the blue. I said they doing the do. They doing the do. Oh, they doing the do. She doing the do. Now look to here. You just like that. Oh, she doing the do. She doing the do. Oh, she doing the do. She doing the do. And yo, Rocky, get busy. Look at here. I said it was that tough. I say what? I ain't got no tough. I'm talking about a what's that fuss, y'all. I say what now? I ain't got no tough. We talking about what's that fuss. She said she wants some muscle. I ain't got no tough. I'm talking about a what's that fuss, y'all. I say what now? I ain't got no tough. We talking about what's that fuss. We love to see your butt again. I ain't got no tough. I'm talking about a what's that fuss, y'all. I say what now? I ain't got no tough. We talking about what's that fuss. Talking to your butt. I ain't got no tough. We talking about a what's that fuss now. Hey, Kato. You got it.
Mignon Show. I am your host, Mignon.
And I am your co-host, Roz. And as you can see, we have added another person up here with us. And we are happy to have Miss Patricia A. Flower. Did I say it right?
Fowler.
But I saw it afterward, Fowler. So welcome.
Okay. Welcome.
To
Thank
the
you for having me.
So I just want to read a little bit about Patricia. Patricia Fowler is an advocate, author, minister of gospel and speaker. She is the founder of Pure Heart Ministries, a ministry designed to help young girls and women who have struggles in their lives and or are struggling to learn how to with God deal with their pain and hurt. She is a survivor of domestic violence. She is a survivor of domestic violence and advocate for it, as well as the American Heart Association. Patricia speaks on her past experience with domestic violence and hopes of helping other women to feel free enough to speak on their situation, to get out and get help. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. I love it, to get out and to get help, because you need that.
Yes, it is such a pleasure to have you here with us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. And guys, as you can see, we have two of her awesome books here. So before we talk about the books, we are definitely going to talk about her story and hear a little bit of her testimony. We ain't going to give it up too much because you got to get the books to read it. Yes. So we're going to give you a little teaser.
A little teaser. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So definitely share with us a little bit about your story and how you became an advocate for domestic violence.
Okay, so I got married at, I want to say I was 27. 27, I was in love, head over heels. The first 2 years of the marriage was great, excellent. I was like, this is the man I had been looking for. And then after we got married, things started changing. After I had that first kid, things started changing. And then it was yelling, a smack here, and it just got physical, much more physical after that. And I stayed 10 years because of the kids. I stayed because of the kids, but now, hindsight, knowing that wasn't the right thing to do. And then one day I said, well, God told me. Not I said, but after he said, I said, either I have to leave because either he's going to kill me or I'm going to kill him. And I took my kids that day. I had 3 sons by my ex-husband. I had a daughter already when we met. She was 1, but she was with my mom. So I took my 3 sons that day and left everything behind and went and stayed with my mom and started life over. And I just have been keep going forward since then. But it hasn't been until maybe like the last 2 or 3 years that I've started speaking out about it. You know, because I had to get through my journey of dealing with it, healing, getting whole, not being angry, bitter, and all those things, but realizing I came through it. I came through it. At the end of it, I came through it all. And then so now I realize it's time for me to help some other young mother, young girl that's going through it, let them know I got out. Even though we know some don't get out, I know some that didn't make it, you know, God for them, but I made it out. And I feel like it's my obligation as having been through it, let them know you don't have to go through this. Because back then, I didn't know about a 1-800 number. I didn't know about counseling. I didn't know about going talking to anybody. My mother didn't even know until after the fact, after I had separated from him. But she also said that she knew by looking at me. My mother, she just like, mothers know. I have that mother thing now that I'm a mother. She said she knew, she was waiting for me to say something because she always vowed once we got grown, she wouldn't get in our business unless we came to her. So, but
absolutely, because when you're going through that, you become a shell of a person. So that person who you used to be, you're no longer that person. But it's strange because you think you're the same.
Right.
You think ain't nothing changed in you, and you think people can't see it. But the people on the outside can see all of that. They can see in your eyes the sadness, the pain, and everything.
But people often don't say anything because when I was going through, I probably was, I want to say 100 pounds soaking wet. My hair had broke off so bad, and I mean, my waist was like this, and I thought I was looking good until I saw a picture of myself. And I was like, why didn't anybody tell me how bad I look? I mean, I looked sick. If I didn't know me, I would have thought I was on crack. I mean, I was that tiny. And you can see I'm not tiny.
But thank God you done picked
You
it back
know,
up. You all
Hallelujah,
healed and
you
healthy
know.
now. That's
That's
good weight
right.
now.
That's good weight.
That blessed
But back
weight right
then-
Good weight.
Yeah, but you know, people are afraid to talk about it or say something. And I think, you know, they say if you see something, say something. And at that time, I wasn't saved, but I believed in God. And I was sneaking to go to church, so I really didn't have like nobody to confide in. Or, I mean, I have sisters and stuff, but they didn't even know. Nobody knew what I was going through, basically, but my sons, because they were there.
Right, to
they were
witness
seeing
it.
it.
Absolutely. And you,
I'm sorry.
you know, because a lot of times, you know, there's so much shame and guilt that comes with it, and you know, we live in secrecy of what's really going on, and so it's hard for us to say something. Because I know for me, you know, with my marriage, it was so different because so many people told me, no, don't marry him. That's not for you. And so what kept me so long in it is not trying to hear those people say, I told you so. And also with me growing up being a church girl, you know, the only thing I knew is that God didn't like divorce. So I thought that I could pray my husband through. I thought I could sex him through and cook and do all these things that he would change to be the man that I needed, but it never happened.
Yeah.
And it was something else that you said. I actually heard on the radio on the way coming here. I think it was 104.1, and they said something. A caller called in and was like, "Why do people wait so long to say anything?" And I really hate that. You know, I hate when people say that because first of all, you don't know what's going on. You know, like you said, what your story was, why you didn't say anything. My story was, you know, I was a teenager. I'm in school. No one really knew what was going on, but and then, like you said, you needed time to process it and heal and do stuff. And I'm like, who is it to tell me I should have said something that day when I didn't even realize what I was
know
going
what was
through
going
that
on?
Day. Like I didn't even know what I was going through had a name called domestic violence or depression or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you said that, I thought about that. I literally had to turn the radio off. Driving here when I heard that, I was like, all right, let me turn this off. I don't want to be on there angry on the show today because you know, people with all their opinions and things, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't say anything, fear of being judged or talked about, or I told you so, or things.
And just feeling as though, you know, you feel like you're in love.
Yep.
Right.
You know, I love this person.
Right.
So that's why I'm here. That's why, and I don't want, and you know, for me, I've understood that, you know, another thing why people say, because for so long we have been told that when we don't help other people and we don't do these other things, that we are selfish. So we so busy trying not to be selfish. So busy trying not to be selfish and helping everybody else, but we got to understand it's self first, not selfish. When you put yourself first, that is nothing selfish about that when you're taking care of yourself.
And then another thing of how we were raised and brought up, what goes on in this house stays in this house. I feel like that is an African American creed that was bred into us forever.
I think that was a proverb.
Oh my goodness gracious, I hate that, but I heard it so much. What goes on in this house stays in this house. What goes on in this house stays in this house. And now that I'm like, what goes on in my house, if it is hurting anybody in my house, I'm going to tell the whole world to figure out who I can pull in together to help with resources and things like that. So I think that's another reason. So there's a whole lot of reason that goes in that, but I'm definitely glad you are.
And then one of the other things is, when people say why you didn't leave, or you have to have a plan.
Yes, you do.
You can't just get up and go. First of all, if you don't have no money,
you got kids.
If you don't have nowhere to go, if you got kids, who's going to put you up? Who's going to give you money? Because nobody's going to do it most of the time.
And I want to share something with everybody out there that's listening right now, that if you know somebody that's in a domestic violence relationship and you are telling them just to leave, I'm just going to give you a resource of what you can do. Get a credit card and put it to the side for them so you can be able to help them leave. Help them to be able to, they may need an emergency hotel stay. But don't just tell someone to leave and don't have no resource for them. Right. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yes. If it was me, I would please don't even use that sentence when you're talking to them. Please don't.
Don't even share it if you don't have a resource.
Exactly.
And sometimes it takes for your friends and family to find those resources. It may take for you to call those 1-800 numbers to find out what resources are in that area and what organizations is there to help. Sometimes you got to do the groundwork. do the groundwork for them, so when you go to them, you can be able to present something
Yes.
to them that they can be able to use.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely agree with all of that.
I agree too.
So now, but look at you now.
Oh my goodness. Life after abuse.
Life
Yes.
after. There is life
There
after.
is
We always
life.
talk about that. There is
It
life
is.
after.
Believe
praise
it or
God.
not.
Believe it or not. Yes, because we see 2 books here.
Yes.
Strength in Her Struggles
Yes.
and Relentless Pursuit.
Yes.
Let's talk about the first one. Let's talk about
Strength
this
in
one.
Her Struggles. That's basically is just what it says. It talks about the struggles I went through, being homeless with my kids, living in a hotel, losing my mom to breast cancer and heart disease, one of my sons going to prison, having a surgery that went bad. It just really talks about, as a woman, a single woman, divorced woman, a mother with 4 kids, struggling. I mean, struggling to make it, and I still made it through because I've always been the type of person, I don't complain. I don't complain about stuff. I think that's something I got from my mom. She never complained. When she got breast cancer, she didn't complain. She was like, okay, so they'll cut one of my boobs off. You know, still got one. That's all I need. You know, she made light of stuff, but she never complained about it. You know, why me? Why am I going through this? Why did this happen to me? And that's sort of something I picked up. I just take stuff as it comes, good, bad, indifferent, and I just deal with it. Some things I put myself in, and I give it to God, and He'll pull me out. And some things I didn't put myself in, He still pulled me out. But at the same time, when I look back over, and that doesn't even talk about all that I've been through, it just goes through a number of things. But at the end of the day, I realized that I needed to go through some of those things to help me be a strong woman.
Absolutely.
A strong woman for my daughter, for one, so she doesn't repeat some of the things I went through.
curses.
For my son, so they don't do some of the things that they saw me go through. So that's basically what it talks about, and just encouraging women, single mothers. I do mentoring. Some young mothers with babies, you know, you see them and they don't have no help. They don't have nobody to turn to, but they need to know that they can make it.
Absolutely.
Yes,
You know, I had 4 little ones on the bus carrying groceries. We made it though.
Amen.
We made it. You just have to keep persevering, keep pressing on no matter what comes your way. And sometimes it's hard. You're going to cry at night. You're not going to know. You're going to feel like nobody's there to help you. But all you need is God to help you.
Amen.
And you're going to make it through. So that struggle is going to bring you strength.
Amen.
That struggle is going to bring you strength.
My
And-
grandma used to always say, if there's a will, there's a way.
And it is. I agree with that.
So if you have the will to continue, there is a way for you to come out of it.
It is.
Always and to know, like, in this day and time, you don't have to go through it by yourself.
Right.
That's the whole joy of it now.
Yeah.
Than
Yes.
back when, you know, the 80s and the 70s, and when, well, I'm gonna say even 50s, when women was going through these things within their marriages and relationships, they didn't have anybody to turn to. But
It was
today,
normal.
yeah, but today it's so many organizations out here and individual people who's out here that can be able to assist you and guide you through anything that you're going through.
Yes.
But you must speak about it. You
Yes.
must talk about it and
Yes.
understand that people are going to talk about you no
No
matter
matter
what.
what, even after.
No
Yes.
matter what they're going to talk about you, so what? But get the help that you need. Free yourself so you can be on your journey of healing. And then you can get your books out here to tell your story, because I'm telling you, you're not going through it just because of you. You're going through it to be able to help pull somebody else through it.
Amen.
So you have to remember that. And God holds us accountable.
He does.
God holds
He
us
does.
accountable
Because
for the
once
things.
we know,
Yeah.
if we sit back and watch somebody else go through it, then we're not doing what we're supposed to do. That's the blood on our hands.
Absolutely.
Because we know, and if we don't say, well, you can call this 1-800 number, you can call Serenity's Door, you can call Love by the Handles, you can call Mignon Brown, you can call.
But hold on, let's give them a
You
shout
hear
out.
Yes.
Let's give Serenity Door, Pamela Hawk a shout out, and also Love by the Handles, Amina
Amina.
McWorth. We love both of them
Yes,
sisters.
Yes.
We love them. Yes, and so you got so many people out here that's willing, that have set their lives aside to be able to assist people and help people. And we're going to even say, men, we do not exclude you.
That's right.
Because we understand that men are being abused
Yes,
too.
they are.
And so we want you to know that you have a voice and that you don't have to sit and abusive relationship, marriage, or whatever you're going through because you feel as though there's no way out for you, because you think that the police are going to automatically lock you up or believe the woman's story. No, that has changed now. We understand that women are abusers as well.
Yes, we do.
So there's resources for you too. So just reach out. And the number to the domestic violence hotline is 1-800-799-SAFE. You can call that number anywhere throughout the United States and be able to get service.
Yes. And it was one thing that you said when you said you didn't want your children to grow up to be like that.
Yes.
That was my reasoning to leave. When a counselor said to me, if I did not leave, then my children will grow up to do the same thing. And for me, not the beatings, not all of the drama I was going through. When a counselor said it, it was like, wait, what? And that's when I left. Like that was it. You know what I'm saying? So you were right about that.
Because people don't realize that even though I'm the one being abused, my kids are being abused as well.
Absolutely.
But people don't put that, they don't put that together.
Or this is what my kids would think is love, because then I had to think about it like, wait, I saw this, and this is what I thought was love.
That's it.
Or wait, the abuser saw this, and this is what they thought was love. And I was like, oh, no, I will not, have. And at that time, I just had 2 boys at that time, and I was like, no, I could not even fathom to think that my 2 boys would grow up because mommy taught them and had them to believe that this is what love is. This is what a man does to a woman that, he loves. So, yes, generational curses. We have to break those things. We have to know that our children are watching everything.
Absolutely.
Everything.
And it's so true, because that is exactly the behavior that's being passed down, that was passed down to our children. Because I remember growing up, and it was this thing, and they was like, if you don't fight with your boyfriend, then he don't love you. And even it goes like when you're young. You remember? And a little boy, he pulls your hair or hits you in kindergarten, and you had grown teachers and everybody saying, "Oh, he just like you. He don't know how to express himself." Yeah, so girls was taught early on how to accept abuse from men and boys as a sign of love. And so we have to break that stigma.
We have to reinvent the wheel on that thing, baby, because that's not true. And we had that issue with your little Imani when a boy hit her, and then the mother said to me, "Oh, I just think the problem is that he thinks she's pretty and he likes her. That's why he do it." I was floored. I was like, then he can carry her books. He can let her get on the bus first. He can't put his hands on my daughter because he thinks she's pretty. And then how dare you make me feel bad for my daughter being pretty?
Right.
Like, what is wrong with you? So you want my daughter to be like, oh, because you're pretty, you're going to get beat? No, wrong one, sister. Wrong one. She had the wrong one.
So we definitely have to be careful what we're teaching our children. That's why it's so important for us now that we are dealing with the teens and the youth and going into the middle schools and high schools and just changing how they view things because they're watching, they see everything, and a lot of times we're in our homes and we're having these altercations with our mates, and we send the children to the room like they really not listening, like they really not just through the wall. And then let me tell you something. If you thought they was in there watching TV or playing the game, they're in there with all that turned off, listening to what's going on because they're concerned. That's their parent. And we sense danger. That energy, we know when it's bad energy. They feel it too, so they know what's going on. And they in their rooms crying and everything. And
then what happens is they didn't even know how to deal with that.
Yes,
because
internalized.
Now they internalized. So now we have these children growing up who don't know how to deal with the things or how to speak on how they feel or deal with their anger or their emotions because they internalize it. And again, you said about us working in the school system, we see it every day.
All the time.
We talk to teenagers all the time. The things that they tell us is like, it breaks our heart, but I'm like, I remember. I remember those things. I'm in elementary schools and I see things and hear things, and I'm like, my God, these days these parents think that these children do not hear or do not see. They see it. They hear it.
Everything.
I'm almost 40 and I remember it all. Oh, I'm almost 40. Okay, sorry.
I was going to make you feel better, but I'm not.
I was hoping you came in and
I know I was, but I thought about it. I go, nope.
You not gonna tell everybody with that big age that you having this year? Okay.
No.
Okay, well I'm almost 40. And
I remember those days.
You remember those days? Oh, I see somebody help me. All right, thank you. But I remember those things. I remember hiding in the bathroom or hiding under covers or crying because things were happening, things like that. And I didn't know how to deal with it then. And then I grew up and dealt with the same things. And I didn't know how to deal with it then. And I only started speaking out about 5-6 years ago about those things. And I'm telling you, so all y'all who say why she didn't speak out, we didn't speak out for a lot of reasons. But now we are. We speaking up. We speaking out. We writing books. We have nonprofit organizations. We're in the school talking to your children, somebody else's children. So don't worry about why we didn't speak up then. Know that we are speaking up and out now. And we have friends all in this circle who are doing amazing things in the community to help you and to help your children.
Absolutely.
That's Roz's rant.
That's Roz's rant for this week. Y'all know how she get.
I know.
We can talk about the schools and them babies. She don't play. Because it's nothing funny about it, you know, and it's not a playing matter. It is really serious because, like you said, we sit and we talk to these children and we see the pain and we see the hurt, and they want to be able to talk to you and tell you what's going on. But that line of communication, we're so busy trying to grab the bag and working all these jobs and showboating for social media and everything, and you're losing your children. Your children are suffering. Suffering. And so we got to get back to, like how I always say, Queen Afee says, is that we have to get back to that dining room table and have conversations and find out what's going on with our children. And stop allowing them to tell you that everything is good. Go a little deeper than that.
That's not a sentence.
Yeah, go a little deeper than that.
What was good?
What was good about it?
I need to know what good is, because what good is for you may not be for me. So I need to know
and
what good is.
we talked about that too. You got to know the definitions of words, because your definition may be something totally different from their definition.
Because we had the teens on here when they was telling us that it was acceptable in a relationship to tell a little lie but not a big lie.
Yeah.
A lie is a lie. So you need to really dive down into what they're talking about, because we all sit up here and was like, well, what's a little lie? Because a lie is a lie. But they thought it was acceptable for a little lie, but not a big lie. Like they would break up for a big lie, but if it was a little lie. And we were sitting here like, okay. Like we were so you need to really dive down to what good means, you know?
Yes, and teach them the difference between privacy and secrecy.
Yes.
A lot of our children are walking around with secrets that can harm them, that their friends' lives are in danger. And because they're saying, well, I'm not going to tell, or I'm not going to tell my mom or their mom, but then next thing you know, a child ends up murdered, being in an abusive relationship. Then all of a sudden, all the stories are being told.
It's too late.
It's too late then.
We can't
now you want to
them.
show up at the mother's house and you want to tell them everything what you know.
Right.
It's too late.
It's nothing that mother can do. And I think when we did the teen event in Waldorf last year, one of the biggest things that happened from that is that a child went home and told her mom that she was in an abusive relationship. And not only was she, that one of her best friends was in there also. And that mom, who was skeptical about letting her child come to this event, was calling to thank us and said that her child was quiet the whole time. She didn't know what was going on. She like, well, what happened at this event that you come home quiet? And then you shared your story. And Mignon, if you guys haven't heard her story, she has a powerful story, but she shared her story to these teenagers. What led that teenager to go not only tell about what she was going through, but what her best friend was going through, who led her mother to contact us and thank us and tell us to continue to do this work that was in there, because now she's in a position where she was able to get her daughter out of that relationship and get that friend out of that relationship.
Absolutely. Teenagers.
Just when they know, when you let somebody know it's okay to tell somebody you're dealing with this, it's okay. Or they might say, well, don't tell such and such or whatever. Tell somebody. If you don't want to come to me, go to somebody I know and tell them. That's why I always tell my kids, if my kids, I always just sit down with my kids and say, let's talk about stuff. And whatever they would say, sex, money, drugs, whatever, we would talk about it. So that they would feel free enough to come to me. Mom went to the store today and stole something. Okay, Mom did this at school. I got suspended, whatever. Mom, I need some condoms. Whatever it is, I want them to come to me, not me hear it from the neighbor or overhear them talking in the bedroom. I want them to be open to come to me. Yes, I'm their mother, and some people say you can't be your kids' friends. Me personally, I disagree with that. You just got to know the boundaries.
Yeah,
you have to know the boundaries. You have to know the boundaries. Because if they trust you, they're going to come to you. If they don't trust you, oh, she's so strict and mommy said this, and you ain't getting nothing.
Absolutely.
You're not getting anything.
Absolutely.
And I do try to get my kids to talk to me, and they do. We have a great relationship, but I have a nice circle of support around me. So even if they're not comfortable with talking to me about what's going on, I know if they went to Mignon and talk to me, that she's going to have their best interest at heart. You know, I know if they talk to one of my other friends, it's going to be somebody here. Because, you know, let's be real. Kids don't tell their parents everything.
And that's what we have found out, parents, that most of the time if your child is really going through those things, those abusing, the violent relationships and all that, they are going to their peers.
Yep.
Those are the first people that they're going to tell what's going on, a friend of theirs. So we got to teach our children how to be a friend to someone that's going through abuse, to being a victim or the abuser. Yep. They're going to have to step up. And that's why we're here to assist them, to show them how you do that. How you do that, and to understand that there is a difference between secrecy and privacy.
Yes,
there are two different things.
We have to save our babies. We have to save our future. We have to take our community back one child at a time. It takes a village.
Yes, it does.
A strong village, and our village has been weak for so long, and now there is strength in our village, and we're gonna take it back.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Patricia, let's talk about this book. What is The Relentless Pursuit?
Relentless Pursuit is I'm doing that.
Yes.
What is that? Sorry. It's my spiritual journey with domestic violence. I'm a co-author in that book. Is I believe 7 others, and they actually have a male in that book that wrote his story on domestic violence. And
what's the male's name? What's his name?
Troy Jones.
Troy. Okay.
Okay. Good story. Good story.
Okay.
I like to hear men speaking.
I love to hear men talk about it.
Because it happens, and I think they have to, men think they're macho and their ego and things like that they don't speak out about it. But I've met many men who have talked to me about their experience with domestic violence, and it's like we have to bring it to the forefront. So
because it's real.
We have to encourage more to come out and tell their story.
And I told you, one thing I hate is to hear a woman, I told you this before, like cursing out and down to her man. It's like, to me, it's like cringing to my ears. Like, I don't want to see that. And so it happened. Verbal abuse happens to them. Physical abuse happens to them. The same thing that happened to us happened to them. But now they're starting to speak out more and more, and I love it. I love that they're speaking
Absolutely.
out.
And we need that. We need to hear more from men. So for me, my spiritual journey was for me during my battle with domestic violence, writing about what love is. My title was What's Love Got to Do with It? He used to love me. And it's basically talking about what love is and what it's not, what it should look like, what it shouldn't look like. God made us, and everything God made is beautiful. So when you're being called a fat bee, this, everything but your God-given name, that's not love. And we have to be able to recognize the signs, all those red flags we see that we turn our head to. We have to recognize the red flags, from the smallest thing, that first yelling at you, oh, I'm sorry, I was upset because I had to work late. No excuse. That's a flag. And the more we ignore those flags, the more flags get waved.
Absolutely.
So it's basically telling you what love is, what things you should look for, and what we shouldn't allow. Because we do allow, let me say me, I allowed certain things. And somebody can only do to you what you allow them to. Absolutely. But when you know your worth, that's one problem with the women. We don't know our worth. We don't know our value. We don't know why God created us to be loved and things like that, not to be punched, kicked, treated bad, pushed out of cars and things like that. We have to know we're here to be loved. We're not here to be treated like an animal.
Absolutely.
And when you know your worth and your value, then you won't accept certain things that men do to you.
And that is true.
That is so
true. Yeah. That is so true.
You have to love yourself.
When you learn who you are, you get your self-worth together and that self-esteem, you won't allow people to treat you the way you have done in the past. It's because now you have boundaries. And what we teach our teens is that once you set those boundaries, stop moving it. Stop moving the line. You know, sometimes things come up and then be like, oh, that's a boundary, but then we want to move it back a little bit more to give them a little bit more room to do a little bit more. You can't keep on removing the line once you set those boundaries. So how can our viewers purchase your books?
They can get them on Amazon, or they can go to my website at www.pureheart-ministries.com and get it there, or inbox me on Facebook, either one for a PayPal. So they're available right there, out there.
Oh, okay. You're on Instagram as well, right?
Yes.
Give them your Instagram social media.
I think it's my Facebook is Evangelist Trisha, and my Instagram is Evangelist Trisha as well.
So guys, definitely go to her social media page, go to her website, and purchase these awesome books. It would be a blessing. And like how we always say, you know, if something that maybe you're not going through, but gift it. You never know who you may need, that these books may save their lives. Because it was a book that saved my life. Somebody had gifted me when I was going through my domestic violence. My girlfriend had gifted me Ayanna Van Zandt In the Meantime. And that book changed my life. It started me on my journey of getting me out that relationship and everything, just because somebody bought me a book. So you never know what a book can do for someone. So gift it to someone else that you know that just may need it. You ain't got to say anything. Just wrap it up and give it to them.
Mother's Day coming up.
Absolutely.
Mother's Day is coming up.
And we don't need no excuse to buy nobody no gift. Shoot,
At all.
any day is a perfect day for a gift.
Anytime,
Yes,
any
Lord.
day,
Any day.
whatever.
Every day I wake up is a gift and give me a present.
Exactly. Amen to that.
Oh my goodness. So also we want to definitely, guys, let you know. Also, hashtag driving it home. This is a seatbelt campaign that Councilwoman Monique Anderson Walker, her office, is doing. So guys, as she said, if you looking for these, you can put these on the back of your car or in your house just to get this message across. Send me a message on Facebook or Instagram or even YouTube, and we'll get you in contact with her.
Take your pictures with your seatbelt on.
Yes. And also the Wow Factor, the Women of Wellness. It is this Saturday, May the 4th at 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
And
it's
have
food.
brunch. Yes. And so if you would like to register, it's for women only. So get your mom, your sister, your girlfriends. Come out for an early day.
Another Mother's Day.
Early
free
Mother's Day.
gift.
Yes.
They didn't know it's free.
Yeah, even they got shopping. You can pick up a few gifts for some of the women in your life. So you can register.
And Mignon is the guest speaker.
I will be a guest speaker.
Yes.
So definitely you want to come and check
show
that
her
out.
some support.
Absolutely. So you can register at the wow-factor at eventbrite.com. And again, if you need any information, it is on all my social media platforms. So I would love to see you there. So, as you know, this hour always goes so fast, but we will be back next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We want to thank you for joining us and watching. Again, please like, please share, and please subscribe to the channel.
Yes, subscribe.
So, Roz, tell them how they can follow you.
Well, you guys know you can follow me on Facebook at Roz in the Community. If you need to email me, you can email me at rozinthecommunity@outlook.com.
Also, Patricia, one more time, your social media handles.
Evangelist Trisha on Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. Then we want to thank you so much for joining us this evening and sharing your story, your awesome books, and we appreciate you. We are definitely going to continue to promote your books and you, and anything you need from us, anything you're doing, definitely reach out to us, and we will definitely reach out to you. We need some speakers to come and talk to these kids. You know, we will definitely be reaching out to you. So, guys, as always, you can follow me at MBA Speaks on Facebook and Instagram. So, thank you so much, and until next time, have a great night.
Good night.
Good
night. We're going to do this one for y'all, man. Little something we put together. It's called UIA. Y'all say oh, yeah. We just gonna play with you. Where you at, Northwest? Ooh. you mean?